Hi, I'm Danny Black, and welcome to the At Sports Vault podcast. On this podcast, I will be talking sports cards, collectibles, memorabilia. I'll be interviewing hobby guests. I will be talking about my own thoughts. I'll cover regular sports that relate to the hobby. That's the fun part. More importantly, I want you along for the ride. So click like and follow for more content, and I hope you enjoy the episode. Well, hello. Welcome to another episode of Sports Vault Podcast. I'm Danny Black, and just wanted to do a quick episode today because I never got to really recap some of my favorite purchases from 2022, and I wanted to talk about this ticket. This ticket is the Game 4 ticket from the 1966 World Series. That was the Orioles in 4 games over the Dodgers. I am an Oriole fan. I am from Baltimore. That's the Sports Vault. And so sweeping the Dodgers in 4 gave the Orioles their first World Series victory ever. But the cool thing, also, as a Koufax fan, if you can read that, this was Sandy Koufax's last game in a Major League uniform. So this ticket is both the Orioles clinching first World Series and the last game that Sandy Koufax was ever in the Major Leagues. Now, this was Game 4 because the Orioles swept the Dodgers 4-0. The Orioles only gave up 2 earned runs the whole series, a .5 ERA. So it was unbelievable. And the Dodgers with Drysdale and Koufax were supposed to have the better pitching. Ton of Hall of Famers. I think it was 6 or 7 Hall of Famers that played the game. Yeah, Luis Aparicio, Palmer, Brooks and Frank for the Orioles, and for the Dodgers, Drysdale and Koufax. Don Sutton, I believe, was a rookie and didn't play at all in the series for the Dodgers. I think he was their number 4 starter that year. And Walter Alston, the Dodgers manager, were also Hall of Famers, obviously. So that ticket to me is Game 4. Now, Game 3 was Koufax's actual last game pitching in the major leagues. He didn't pitch great, but he got Andy Etchebarren, the Orioles catcher, to ground out into a double play for his final hitter in the major leagues. So Koufax got Etchebarren to ground into a double play in Game 3. But in Game 4, the Orioles kicked butt pretty well to close out the series. And it was, a rematch of Game 1. And so it was just one of those games where you had Don Drysdale pitching well, Dave McNally pitching well, and the Orioles won 1-0. Frank Robinson was the MVP of the series. He hit a home run in Game 4 as well as Game 1, I believe. And the other interesting thing is this was the year that Frank Robinson was traded from the Cincinnati Reds to the Baltimore Orioles. The Cincinnati Reds, after the 1965 season, felt that Frank was the famous old 30. So they traded him to the Orioles in one of the most lopsided trades of all time. And Frank Robinson came to the Orioles in 1966 and proceeded to win the Triple Crown in the American League. So he was an MVP in both leagues and won the Triple Crown in 1966 for the Orioles, led them to a World Series. So that's why Brooks and Frank kind of joined at the hip. Brooks had been with the Orioles almost since they started in Baltimore. And for him to be in roughly, I think it was his 7th, 8th, 9th year in the league, something like that. And then you have Frank coming over, and Palmer was really a baby in 66. In fact, after that, he had a year or 2 of injuries and going back to the minors before the run in 69, 70, and 71 for the Orioles. So I know tickets are hot, but for me, tickets are also very personal and very historical. It can be very cool. So I wanted to share this. It is PSA graded, and you can actually see the perforations and tears, which is really cool. If I can show this over here, you can see the tear there. So that's part of the reason it's a PSA 3. But I'm gonna looking to add on to that. The next 2 tickets I'm looking to buy. I've been looking for forever. If I can find ones I can afford. August 24th, 1983, the Orioles versus the Toronto Blue Jays, and Game 1 of the 1965 World Series. So those are 2 tickets that are on my shopping list coming up, I think, 2023. hopefully going towards the national. Those might be what I'm looking for this year. If I don't have specific cards I'm targeting, those 2 tickets are very high on my wish list. So I just wanted to share that today. Some people have been asking me, and I'm going to share, I guess, a couple other things from 2022 in the next few weeks. But I wanted to start with that World Series ticket, 1966, Game 4, and appreciate you guys watching. I hope you were entertained, and this will be a brief one, but we've got some great guests coming up this week, so stay tuned. We should have new episodes almost every day throughout the week. So once again, this is Danny Black for the As Sports Ball podcast, and I don't do outros. Have a good one.